right, y'all. What's up, everybody? Let me see. I guess I have to keep my phone turned this way to go live. So let me get some more light up in here. I'm not on my usual location. I'm in another room in my house, but y'all, when I say I have tried to do this review a couple of times and it did not work out. Y'all drop in the comments if y'all got a good editing app for me so that I don't have to keep dealing with this. Hold on one second. I'm gonna plug in my ring light. If I can reach this um little section over here. Give me one second, y'all. Sorry about the technical difficulties of the start of the live. Welcome to the live. Why is it not working? Hold on, y'all. Give me one second. We're gonna get into this review. I gotta get my ring light together. All right, there we go. All right, I'm gonna have to give myself a little light because I'm just kind of like I want y'all to see me. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. It's Tasha checking in with another live video. Sorry about the technical difficulties in the beginning. I just had to get some stuff together. I have tried to do this video recorded and uploaded and edited and everything, and it did not work. So I said I'm gonna do a live this morning and I'm going to get the video out because I want to stay consistent. So if this is your first time joining me, welcome to the live. I am Tasha and I'm checking in with a Love After Lockup review. This is season 5, episode 4, Dark Side of the Spoon. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. We have a good time over here on the Redefine Me channel, okay? So I, unlike some other content creators that you all have watched in the past, I like taking notes. I think the notes keep me on track, even though I may forget some stuff still, but at least it keeps me on track with my talking points. And so I can make sure that the video just flows, okay? So we're going to get into it, shall we? Yes, we shall. All right. So the first couple I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to go out of order. I'm not going to go in the order that they presented it on TV, but the first couple I'm going to talk about is Chelsea and Mikey, okay? Chelsea and Mikey, in my opinion, do not have a whole bunch going on with them. They seem to be a very good and wholesome couple. So we know Mikey just got out of jail. Chelsea went and picked him up. They are on their way driving to the mother's house. And the mother, hold on, y'all. I think I'm going to close these blinds so y'all can see me a little bit more. I think that's better. That's better. All right, so Chelsea and Mikey are on their way to the mother's house, or they're on their way to see the sisters. And the sisters just so happen to live in the mother's house. And so the mother just passed. Y'all know she passed a little while ago, right before Mikey got out. And they are at the house kind of making some final arrangements and things like that. This was a very emotional scene for Mikey because he feels very guilty because he says that he was locked up and he wasn't able to say his final goodbyes to his mom. And I completely understand how he feels. A level of guilt can definitely settle in if you were not able to make your amends in your last final moments with your loved one. I remember when my grandmother passed, I was not able to speak to her for last time. And knowing she was on the phone with my mom, and I think the next day she ended up passing. And so that was very gut wrenching for me for some years because I felt like I had the opportunity. I heard her voice to be able to speak to her, and I did not get a chance to do that. Y'all, this shirt. Yeah, I'm going around the house cleaning and I had to do this review and this shirt is bothering me, but whatever. I gotta get this review out. But anyway, sidebar. So that I understood how he felt because I went through that as well with the passing of my grandmother. And so they're at the house and they're going through some things. Mikey comes across a birthday card that the mom never got to send him. And in his confessionals, he said that was very emotional for him and that brought a lot of guilt. And he was crying like full face baby tears. And I felt really bad for him because, that would make somebody feel guilty if you know that you went ahead and you did something that landed you in jail and landed you not being able to say your final goodbyes and things of that nature. And so he then goes and asks Chelsea, he's like, do you mind staying here at my mother's house in the room in my mother's room? He's showing her around the room, saying we could sleep in her bed and all of that. When he said that, Chelsea was looking at him like, no. I think his mom actually passed in that bed, and I was right there with Chelsea. I'm just kind of like, I'm not about to stay in this room where your mom had her last breath and all of that went down in there. We gotta go to a hotel. And Chelsea told him, let's go to a hotel. I don't feel comfortable. So Mikey then went downstairs and told his sisters that they were gonna go to a hotel, that it was just too much for him in the house, and so they did go to a hotel. They're on their way to the hotel, and Mikey is saying that he's super excited because he is very attracted to Chelsea, and he's very excited about their first night. I believe that Chelsea is wrong for not telling that man that she does not want to sleep with him right away. He's been in jail for some time, and of course we know when a lot of these convicts get out, they are ready to, get it on. So, but she has already told us that she is not going to sleep with him right away. She said that they had their whole lives to sleep with each other, and I agree with her. They do have time, but you already know that he is expecting for the time to be that night with him. But she says, nah, that ain't going to happen. So that's already really happened with them. Chelsea is still looking forward to Mikey being a father figure to her son Trevor. And that's another thing that I kind of am not really here for yet. He just got out. Mikey is painting the picture of being a very nice guy, a very pleasant guy, and all of that. But we still do not know his intentions, and we still do not know who Mikey is, the whole nine. So, yeah, we will see what happens with Chelsea and Mikey, but that's all that really happened with them. For right now, they seem like the most wholesome couple on the show. Hopefully no drama ensues, and I don't think they really have any drama going on as of right now, but we shall see. Moving right along to the next couple, which is going to be Joynomi and Red, okay? Joynomi seems like she could be a nice person, right? But she is painting herself in a really bad light on this show. As we know, Joynomi is Native American and she lives on a Native American reserve. She has a 3-year-old son, and she has been dating a inmate by the nickname Red. I don't remember his real name, but the nickname is Red, and they have been dating for 7 years. While Red was locked up, Joynomi decided that she wanted to go cheat on him, and she ended up getting pregnant in the midst of that cheating. Joynomi also revealed on this episode that she does not know who her child's father is, which means that Joynomi was popping it back to back to back. That's why she don't know who her son's father is, and I thought that was really sad. She admitted herself that she had never been in a real relationship. She's only been in jump offs. So as we know, she is one of them girls that probably has low self-esteem, the good time girl, has never really been in anything committed because she's said it herself. Okay? I have an issue with her because she is dragging her baby son along in her mess. He has no idea what's going on right now at this point, but he is going to get older, and as we know, social media is here to stay. Can you imagine him getting older and he's in elementary school and some child pulls up a snippet from Love After Lockup and they're like, isn't it your mom? Like, so is your stepdad or your adopted dad an inmate and all of this? And you know how cruel kids can be, right? So she's signing herself up to be forever looked at as this dumb mother that's not doing what is in the best interest of her son. And I think that is exactly the picture that she is painting. In this episode, her and her sister goes to this family lawyer, and they are going to this lawyer to think about if she wants to have Ray adopt the son, or find out what are the guidelines for him adopting her son. I'm like, why would you want this guy to adopt your son? Red is a hothead in my opinion, and not just in my opinion, it has been said on this show. He was only really supposed to be locked up for 4 years, but because he could not stay out of trouble in jail, time got added onto his sentence, which made him be in there for 7 years. He can't even behave himself under the guidelines of authority. What makes you think when he comes out of jail that he is going to be this stand-up model father figure for your son and husband or spouse to you? She's delusional and really desperate. You know, when women are lonely and desperate, they are liable to do almost anything to get a man. And I just don't understand. You can tell that she has low self-esteem because all the pictures that she sent him that we've seen on this season has been filtered. She's all filtered. She's giving us Monique vibes, in my opinion. She has all these filters going on, all this stuff going on, and when we cut over to her in real life, she does not look like that person. So she is painting this narrative and picture to Red of what she looked like, and I feel like when he get out and he really see the real her without all the filter makeup and stuff, then we are going to really find out if he's here for her or not. And then on top of that, he said last episode that, you know, he knows that the son isn't his, that she got pregnant on him, and we're going to talk about it when he get out. I fear for her son, and I fear for her. We don't know this dude. This dude is a hothead, and who knows what he could possibly do when he get out. I feel like she's making a big mistake. So she's meeting with this family attorney, and she's asked all these questions about adoption of the son. The family attorney is letting her know, you know, the ins and outs of adopting. She's saying if we get separated, like say we get married and then we get separated, what rights does he have? And the lawyer is telling her that if he adopts the son, that is his son, he has the same rights as if it was his biological son. And that's what gives me pause. And it's like, why do you want to go through with this? You don't even know him. At least let him get out and prove himself to you. If it was me and I was dating an inmate, he would have to get out and prove himself to me. There is no moving you in, especially if I have children in the midst. There's no moving you in. There's no you adopting my children. There is none of that going on. You need to prove yourself that you are going to be a stand-up guy and stay out of jail. But no, she's going along with the get along. So when she leaves from there, the sister is riding along with her, which if it was me, I would not be riding along with my sister. I would tell my sister how I feel, and then I would drop her off and let her do her thing. I'm not going to be condoning your mess and riding along with you the whole night. Not going to happen. So she had to drop her son off with a family member. I think with her mom. She dropped her son off, and the son is going to be with the mom for a week. She's getting emotional in the car with her sister because she's like, I never left my son for this long, but you're still going forward and doing it because you're about to go get on the plane to go get this guy Red. Remember last episode, she pawned her grandmother's heirlooms, probably been in the family for years and years and generations, and she only got $500 from the pawning. So now she's going to take that money and go pick up Red. Red's probably not going to be able to fly, so she's going to have to probably rent a car, and they're going to have to drive back to New Mexico where they are. Child, just ridiculous. So she leaving her child. The sister is now driving her to the airport, and the sister does not agree because the sister's in the car, and she's like, listen, if you don't want to go through with this, we could turn around right now. We could bust a Yui, and we can go get the son, and we can live happily ever after on the reserve, and we do not even have to know about Red, remember Red, none of that. No, she's like, no, press forward. I'm going to go get on the plane, and I'm going to go meet up with this man that she's never seen in real life. In 7 years, she's never seen this man in real life. I would like to know, if y'all drop in the comments and let me know, what game do inmates lay down and put on to make a woman go pawn her family heirlooms and then hop on a plane, leave the son with a family member, hop on a plane to go pick him? What game is being laid for her? In my opinion, she needs to get her son and get herself together. She needs to, I hope after this show was over that she watched this back and realized how much of a tragedy of an individual and mother that she painted herself out to be. But anyway, that's all that happened with her, and we shall find out what goes down later on between them two or on the next episode. The next couple I want to talk about is Anthony and Sheree. So Anthony just got out. They pull up in the van. He jumps out of the van. Sheree is all goofy and giddy in them hot booty shorts she had on with her back fat all out and everything. And them laced up white sandals, which in my opinion I thought was ugly for that outfit. I ain't saying the shoes was ugly. I'm just saying it was ugly for that outfit. So he gets out and they all sliding and then she jumps up on him and they all kissing and stuff. And the cameraman was like really getting in close because you could see tongue, tonsils, spit, and all types of stuff. And I'm just like, y'all on the side of the road doing this. If it was me and I was driving, I'd be like, what's going on over there? And she was not shy about it. They on the side of the road kissing and stuff. So she asks him, what happens to the clothes I sent you? He says they never came. So she has some backup clothes for him. He went ahead and took off the prison clothes right then and there on the side of the road, y'all, and put on the clothes that she had brought him, right? So she then tells him, I have an itinerary for you. She made this big old life-size book of itineraries. It was like huge. And she put in there everything she wanted him to do. He says he don't like no itineraries in prison. That was one of his pet peeves when he had to follow a plan or whatever it was. He didn't like that. And so for her to have one when he comes out makes me feel like he is not going to be down with the get down on the outside world with all this planning that she's trying to have. I guess she's trying to stay on schedule or what have you. I don't know. But whatever. So they get in the car and she says, well, please look at the itinerary. But before she gives him that, she says, your mom made some chicken. So here's some chicken for you. He was like, He said, I don't want that. He was like, no, take me to get some real food. I was like... I said, so what you telling us is that your mom can't cook, in other words. So the mom cannot cook because anytime a inmate gets out of jail for the period of time he been in there and you automatically want some outside food, some home cooking, because we have heard, because I don't know, but we have heard that prison food is nasty, and so his mom food is so nasty he didn't even want her food on the outside world, which I thought was messed up. So the mom ends up, so she ends up putting the chicken to the side, I guess. He says, I want some real food. So she drives him over to Popeyes. I'm like, dang, your mom food is that bad and whatever they put in their stuff. I don't know, but I don't care because I don't want my mom's food. So he goes to Popeyes, he get the sandwich, and he up here complaining. It got mayonnaise and pickles on the sandwich. And I'm like, Negro, scrape the crap off. Beggars can't be choosy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got out of jail. You ain't had no good food in a while. I mean, Popeyes is a step up from jail, I'm sure. Take a little napkin, take a little spoon or whatever, scrape it off. Stop acting all bougie as if you are some bigwig criminal or something. Like you Martha Stewart status or something. Like you just got out on that level. Dude, look, you already know that you hood for real and you know how to scrape some stuff off if you don't want it. So scrape off the chicken sandwich, eat the chicken sandwich. If you don't want it, leave it. And that's what would have been me. I couldn't have been Sheree trying to accommodate him or whatever. Or ask the people what's on the daggone sandwich. But whatever. He decided to eat the sandwich, I guess. So anyway, he looks at the itinerary. The first stop on the itinerary is for him to go to the barbershop. She takes him to the barbershop. It's a barbershop that he frequented before he got locked up. And as they were driving to the barber, it was clear that it was in the hood of the hoods. Because as they was driving, I was looking like, Dad, where the heck are they going? Like, it was... it just got worse. It was just like hood, 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 and it just kept on getting worse. But in all honesty, the hood be having some great places that can lay your hair down good. You can get your nails done real good in the hood, and you can get some good food in the hood. So listen, come up off your high horse sometimes and circle around to the hood because they be having some good stuff going on in the hood. I ain't saying stay there. Just jump in real quick, get what you need, jump out. And that's it. Don't make it an everyday thing. You know what I'm saying? When you get out of the hood, stay out of the hood, go back, pay homage to the community, give back. I'm all for that, but don't dwell there. That's why when a lot of these celebrities and people who get higher income and they arrive and they move to different places, I mean, truth be told, nobody wants to live in the hood. People that live in the hood don't really want to live in the hood, but you live where you can afford for the time being. But when you can do better, then do better, in my opinion. So they get to the barbershop. He's dapping up the people in the barbershop that he knows. He gets with the barber that used to cut his hair, and the barber lined him up because he was looking real scruffy, okay, before he came in there. But the barber did take care of him, did line him up and everything, got a little fresh lineup, which I love that on men when they get their fresh little lineup and beards and stuff done. So he got that taken care of. Sheree is sitting over there looking like a high school girl in a chair. She got all these alarms on her phone, and they're all going off too whenever they need to move on to the next itinerary activity. And I'm just like, girl, you doing too much, okay? You putting 20 on 10. Why are you sitting up here having bells on for each level of things that y'all need to do? Just say, hey babe, we're going to the barbershop, then we going here, then we going there. I mean, it ain't no big deal. So he finished getting a lineup. Then we get a confessional from the barber, and he says that I already knew Anthony was going to be in jail because he used to always have money when he came in here and he ain't had no job. So I knew he was doing something. Excuse me. And the barber made a good point. He said sometimes you got to go get set down for a little bit so you can get yourself together. Because as they was riding over to the barbershop, Anthony says what all inmates say when they get out, they're going to do right, they're going to get themselves together. But he says that he wants to enroll in culinary art school so that he can go ahead and be a chef or a cook or whatever he wants to do. And at least he has some form of a plan, I guess. We'll see. Hopefully he'll stick to it and stay out of trouble. The alarm goes off on Sheree's phone, and now they're on to the next activity. She says, we got to go to the hotel. We already know what the hotel mean. They probably want to try to get it in. I don't know what they're going to try to do. That's what everybody do. And that's why I was kind of here for Chelsea. I was like, oh, wow. So she ain't trying to really have sex as soon as he get out. That's something new because I've been watching this show for years. And that's one of the top things they want to do as soon as they get out. Some people don't even make it to a hotel. Some people in the past have gone in the woods, on the side of the road, wherever, which I think is nasty. But I mean, hey, that's what they do. So, they get in the car. Sheree is talking about she has this party planned for him later. Anthony is like, I don't want no party. I don't want this. Anthony, upon the way that he talk and the way that he behave is really rude, in my opinion. He talks to her as if he's very ungrateful. He talks to her as if he ain't got no sense, not very compassionate, loving, or anything. And if it was me, I wouldn't be having it. I feel like he is not a very pleasant, kind person, that he's not going to be like that. And his mother even said that. She said if Sheree on, I think, a couple of episodes, or the first episode that we met her, the mother was like, if she think that Sheree is going to tell him what to do and have an itinerary and all that stuff, she got nothing coming. And I agree with his mom. Like, does not seem like the one that is going to be very open to listening to anybody's advice or listening to anyone tell him what to do. And I don't know if that's his PTSD from being in jail, that he's like, I don't want nobody telling me what to do, or whatever it is, but we shall see. What else happened with them? Nothing really happened with them. I mean, that was it. She's saying she planned this party, and we already know that the party is just so she can show off her man. And I don't know what you showing him all for. He ain't got nothing going on. She just want to throw it in everybody's face to say that she actually has a man. But as y'all know, a couple of episodes ago, she got people thinking that they're married because she brought this fake marriage license for $9.99 or $99.95 or whatever she paid for it to make it seem like they're married and all that. And she want to throw him up in her baby daddy's face and let him know, see, I got a man, and the whole thing. And I just think it's foolish and stupid. I think that Anthony is going to come and rub people the wrong way by the way that he's acting already. And it's going to be a lot of coleslaw throwing and fried chicken throwing. This daggone barbecue cookout, whatever they have it. So we shall see. They probably going to show in the next episode. I don't know. On to the next one. We're going to get to Melissa and Louie. Melissa and Louie, every time we get to this segment, they act like they are trapped in high school. And Melissa, to me, she cannot get out of high school. Melissa was the chick back in the day that nobody cared for, nobody liked, dudes didn't like her. She was ugly, the whole nine, and she had a crush on this really jock hot guy, which was Louis. And she's like, finally, I got this chance to be the popular girl, to be with this guy, even if it's 20 years later. And I think mentally she cannot come out of high school. This is a dream come true for her. So as we know, last episode they were at Louis's mom's house and she said, y'all ain't going nowhere. So they up in the house, right? Louis in his room, Melissa on the couch still in that ugly cheerleader outfit, right? And Louis up in there reading a book like he really know what he read. And I don't even think he was reading that book. That was just a prop for the show. So once Miss Donna goes to sleep, Melissa comes in there and says, hey, psst, Louis, let's go. Let's go to the hotel. Your mama's asleep. And I'm like, child, they are 40 years old and up here sneaking around like they 15. And as you know, Louis has I think he has like 48 hours before he has to meet with his PO officer to see the terms and parameters of his probation. But Miss Donna is so paranoid that she has them up here thinking, oh no, they're going to show up any time of the night. You got to stay here in the whole night. She just want to control the narrative. And I'm like, y'all are good and grown. Y'all should have put y'all foot down and told that lady, I know the time frame that I'm had. We're going to the hotel. We done had dinner with you. We gone. But if Melissa had any sense, in my opinion, what she should have did was let Louis have one night with his mom. If he got 48 hours, right? Let him have one day with his mom. Then you come and y'all go to the hotel and spend a whole day together, and then you take him to his PO the next day. Like, that's what you could have did. But no, y'all want to do it this way because I guess y'all feel like it would drum up the drama for Love After Lockup. So they leave the house. They go to the hotel. Melissa is disgusting. Melissa knows goodness well that she was on her period, right? But she don't say that to Louis. They get in the hotel, they start kissing and all this stuff because they ready to get it in and telling the cameraman they gotta go. And the next morning, Melissa is saying, Louis was saying, that was great. I had a great night. It was great. Of course, it was great for him. He ain't had sex in what, like 10 years, I think he said, or something like that, 7 to 10 years. And so, yeah, it was great for him. And then Melissa is saying, oh, it was like I was a virgin touched for the very first time. Shout out to Madonna. And she had been saying, I think you popped my cherry because I started bleeding. No, he ain't popped nothing. First of all, the cherry already been popped, it already been popped. Unless you ain't had sex in 10, 12, 15 years, then that hymen is already popped, Melissa. And you know that you'd have been with somebody since Louis been locked up, so I don't want to hear that. You ain't been sitting out there just waiting for Louis, right? No, ain't nobody popped nothing. You was on your period, and you was just coming on, or you already went, or I believe she was already on and she was about to go off, and she wasn't off yet, but she went ahead and said, let's just do it. And not only did she say, let's just do it, she said, let's just not use a condom on top of that. I was like, girl, he just got out of jail. First of all, they ain't take no shower. Let's say that number one. Because when they got in the hotel room, Melissa still had on the cheerleader outfit from when she went to go pick him up. And I don't think he took a shower either. So they up there sitting up there like day old or 2-day old funk. But they sitting up here jumping each other bones. And then you gonna raw dog it up in her, get blood everywhere. Y'all need to go get tested, okay? That's what y'all need to do. That's what y'all need to go get tested and then take him to the PO. Because y'all went and did some nasty stuff. And I'm just kind of like, y'all are trifling and nasty. So when they sitting on the bed the next morning, Louis looks at his phone and he's like, oh, I have all these missed calls. And who is it but Miss Donna? She has been blowing up Louis' phone, leaving messages the whole nine. So Louis says, well, let me call my mom back. So he calls Miss Donna back, and as soon as she answers the phone, she's like, Larry, where are you? And I'm like, oh my gosh. So Louis is like, we're at the hotel. We went to the hotel and we had, it had a good night. Donna is like, listen, what you mean you at the hotel? I told you not to leave here. There's an unmarked car outside of my house and blah, blah, blah. Child, that wasn't no daggone PO outside of your house, Miss Donna. That was the daggone, producers from the show trying to scare you so you can now give them footage to call Louis and say it's an unmarked car outside of your house. So she goes off and they're making all these faces and laughing at her on the phone because they know that he has not been to the PO yet, and so he doesn't know all the terms and everything that he has to go through. So he know that the PO would not be outside of the house and all of that, but they're entertaining her or whatever. So they get up, they get ready to go to the PO. They get off home, Miss Donna. They get ready to go to the PO. They're driving over there, and Melissa is saying that she would rather Louis parole to New Jersey because she doesn't trust him to stay in Georgia. She says that if he stays in Georgia, she feels like that he is going to cheat on her and be unfaithful the whole night. And she says that she would rather him be in New Jersey. And in all honesty, in my opinion, I think he should go to New Jersey too, because on a previous episode, as y'all know, Louis said that his mom's house is the trigger for him. He used to sell drugs out of there. He used to get drugs out of there. Like, that house is the trigger. And I feel like him staying there with his mom and trying to get reacclimated to society, he doesn't, I mean, if he has friends there, I mean, maybe they moved on with their own lives, but could you imagine just being in that house with Miss Donna, and he'll get bored, and we know an idle mind is devil's playground, and he'll, before you know it, relapse back into drugs. If he not already still on drugs, allegedly, and this is my opinion, because he has this whole sunken face, this whole Skeletor looking exterior about him, and it makes it seem like that he is still on something, and his eyes was a little buggy and the way he was a little wired. I'm like, is he still on something? I don't know, because in prison you already know that they could get contraband in there. I mean, as we have seen on this show, they can definitely get phones. So if they can get phones, they can get a little bit of anything in there if they need to. You just got to guess, know the right person or whatever. I don't know, never been in there, don't know. I'm just assuming based off of what I've seen on reality shows and TV and stuff like that. But he does look a little interesting, and I hope that's not the case, but I'm just saying from what my eyes see. So when they get to the PO, Louis is gonna go in there and see what's up, and Melissa's like, don't forget to ask them if you can parole to New Jersey, blah blah blah. So he's like, all right, cool. He goes in there. Melissa gets on the phone with her sister. She calls her sister on FaceTime, and they're shooting a breeze. 2 seconds later, y'all. 2 seconds later, oh shoot, and I do have a spoon in here. I brought a prop to show y'all what Miss Donna had. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Oh, have y'all seen my button? This one Miss Donna had with her. Miss Donna show up 2 seconds later while Melissa was on the phone with her sister. All of a sudden, you hear her on the window. Miss Donna standing out there with a muumuu on, y'all. And you know she had a muumuu on. She ain't had no bra on, child. And a wooden spoon in her hand. A literal wooden spoon tapping on Melissa's window. And she up hits her. And Melissa looking like, what in the world? So Melissa told her sister, she said, I gotta call you back. Donna is outside my window. So Miss Donna is like, yeah, what are y'all doing? And she was like, what are you doing here? We're at the parole office and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, y'all went to the hotel and blah, blah, blah. I have a right to be here. I want to know what's going on with the parole, blah, blah, blah. So Melissa was like, do you want to get in the car? And she's like, don't mind if I do. Yeah, I'm going to get in the car. I'm like, Lord, Melissa. So Miss Donna gets into the car, and she's sitting in the truck with Melissa, and she's like, you know, I want to know what's going on. And Melissa is saying, well, it would be beneficial if he paroled to New Jersey. And Miss Donna is like, absolutely not. And Melissa is like, so you only moved to Georgia because he was going to college toward this way. Are you going to move, if he gets paroled to New Jersey, are you going to move back to New Jersey? And Miss Donna was like, I might. Child, Melissa was looking like, Lord, I'm never going to get rid of this lady. I'm never going to get rid of this lady until she kicked the bucket. And I'm like, Melissa, ooh, child, I feel your pain. So, she goes, sits in the truck, her and Melissa. Then Louis comes out. Louis tells them that he has to pay. Hold on, y'all. I wrote it down. He got to pay a $150 fine, and then he have to pay $32 a month for 10 years. That is his restitution of what he has to pay. And so Melissa, well, when he came out and he opened the door, he was like, what are you doing here? Talking about his mom. And we all was thinking like, child, how did Miss Donna get there? I tell y'all how she got there. The daggone messy WeTV producers, y'all are messy. Y'all went and picked that lady up and took her down to that PO office because Miss Donna don't know where the parole office at, but y'all do. Y'all have to know everywhere that they go so y'all can film. Y'all went and picked that lady up and y'all said this gonna make for good TV. And so y'all went and got Miss Donna, and Miss Donna got down there with her moo and her wooden spoon. First of all, that was all theatrical, because what the heck were you doing? Stirring grits or something? Why the heck do you have a spoon? Why the heck did you come out there with a moo on? But whatever. So Miss Donna, he says, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I don't know what's going on, blah blah blah." So Louis tells them everything that he has to pay in restitution, and then they're asking, "Are you going to parole to Georgia or New Jersey?" So they cut the scene because they were the last couple. So we're not going to know until next week where he's going to parole to, and we shall see. But if he do parole to New Jersey, I child, Miss Donna might go and follow him, and she needs to stop. She needs to stop. First of all, she's a nasty old lady, okay? She's a nasty old lady. And I don't mind talking about nobody's mama, because I feel like if she was that way now at her old age, and that means when she was younger, she was nasty too. You're nasty, Miss Donna. And if you ever watch this, I'm being respectful by still calling you Miss Donna, because you don't even deserve that. You have been very rude to Melissa. You have treated your son like he's 5 years old. But I always believe people only do what you allow them to do. So they allow this lady to treat them like that, because you can still be respectful and tell your parent, "Hey, listen, I'm grown. You don't have to do all of this. I will let you know something if I need to let you know. If I don't, I don't." It's crazy because some parents do not know how to let their grown children go and let them be grown. When you're at every level that your child is at, you have to parent your child from a different level. You cannot parent your 40-year-old child the same way you did when they were 15 years old. It's not going to happen. They're good and grown. They're going to make their own decisions, right? And so Ms. Donna cannot understand that. She does not get the fact that Louis is now older. He's been through something. He's found someone he wants to be with. He's trying to make his own decisions and live his own life. And she needs to let him do that and get out of their business. Like, in my opinion, she's just too much. If he does go to New Jersey, I feel like that lady might very well just go. She might very well just follow him. In her defense, kind of too, that's her only child. He's been gone for a period of time, so I guess I could kind of understand why she would want him around, but she's still a nasty old lady. I couldn't deal with it. Melissa must really like Louis, because I would not be the one to deal with it at all. Moving on, last but not least is Andy and Britney, y'all. Both of these people are trash. Andy and Britney is trash, and I'm going to break it down on both sides, okay? First of all, I'm going to try to go scene by scene, but if I get off... First of all, we in the hotel room, right? And it's the morning after they kind of spent the night together, and Britney said Andy was trying to rub on her, touch on her, and she ain't like it, the whole nine. So it's the next morning after Andy has stepped out and went and got them coffee, and Gracie called and she says, I always been there for you, but you never had my back. Basically laid into her mom and says, now you're going to go move with this guy and you're leaving us again, the whole nine, which I agree with Gracie. You have not been with your children, 4 children in 2 years, and then you about to go move again and leave these kids again, adding more trauma onto them to moving with this man that you don't even know, that you've only known for 8 months, okay? And she's not attracted to Andy. She's not attracted to him. Once she got out of that car when they pulled up and she saw Andy standing there on the first episode, she already knew then that she was not attracted to him. But she said, let me use this guy and let me have him get all the stuff for my son's birthday party, and let me go get the gifts that he has for me, because I know he has gifts for me. Let me use him for 2 days, 3 days, and then I'll make up something about me trying to rekindle things with my daughter, and then he can go on about his way. Like, I don't want nothing to do with him. I'm not feeling him. I don't like him. Andy told her when he got back in the room with the coffee, he said, listen, let me be honest with you. I think that we need to just go to Rome, because you said this whole situation with your children and everything is a trigger for you, and which could cause you to use. Britney says she doesn't care what you think. Her kids come first. So she is going to stay here and try to figure things out with her kids before she goes anywhere. I don't know why Andy is surprised. I don't know why Andy is surprised. He's been running around after this lady for days, and in my opinion, I would have let Britney have it at this point. I would have snapped. Not only did you not give me no booty, not only did that not happen, you sit up here and have me running around getting all this stuff ready for you, me, and your kids, the whole nine, which he didn't mind doing, right? But now only for you to say you don't know if you're gonna come to Rome with me now because your daughter is having some mental, not mental issues, but she's having a moment of PTSD because she misses you so much, and she's just sick of all the stuff that you have put her through on top of that. I I kind of can see where Andy was coming from on this episode, even though I'm not a fan of his, but at the same time, he's trash as well. So Brittany, Andy steps outside because it was getting heated in there with the conversation. Andy gets on the phone with his friend JR. He walks down a little bit from the room, I guess. He gets on the phone with JR and he says, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if we're together. I don't know if she's leaving. I don't know. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Of course it is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, because when she first got out, of course she's going to be all lovey-dovey and showing all this affection and wanting you and the whole nine because she needs you to do stuff for her. Now that she realized that she don't really feel you like that and she done got 500 out of you, a daggone iPhone and some whatever other stuff you gave her and paying for her some birthday party or whatever else you done did, another free night at the hotel, she's done with you. She's on to the next thing because she already said that that area is her home. That's all she knows. So she didn't really want to go with you anyway, but she just wouldn't be honest and tell you that. So he on the phone with JR and everything. Why he on the phone with JR, right? Brittany's in the background. Like, say this is Andy right here. Brittany's in the background with her bag on her arm, heading down the steps to get in the car with Gracie. Andy looks over and says, up, there she goes. She's leaving while he's on the phone. And she gets in the car with Gracie. She didn't say, bye, screw you, happy next life, I'll be back, nothing. And this is the person that you claim that you care about, Britney, or you claim that would be good for you and everything, and you sat up there and used that man and then left with your daughter in the car and ain't even say nothing to the daggone man. You could at least say, this ain't gonna work, I don't want to be with you no more. What else? Andy's sitting there with the I guess he get off the phone with JR. He's sitting there with the producer, and he just like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going on. So he goes over to the room that Barry is in. And poor Barry, he has been around for days dealing with this mess. And he's probably like, I'm just along for the ride to report back to my sisters what's going on, because I don't know what's going on. My dad just looking a whole fool out here in these streets. So he go in the room where where Barry is, Andy, and he gets in there and he says Britney left, and Barry was like, well, where did she go? And he's like, I don't know, she got in the car with her daughter. And Barry was like, where's she coming back, like what's going on? And he's like, I don't know. So Barry's like, well, what are we gonna do? So Andy's like, well, we just gonna hang out for a little bit. I would start packing this stuff up. We just gonna hang out for a little bit. And Barry's like, all right, well, whatever. Barry's like, listen, I ain't got nothing else to do. So soon as Andy left out of the room, Barry was like, huh. He gets on FaceTime with the sister and he's like, you know what, you were right. And the sister was like, what happened? He says, Britney left. She got in the car with her daughter and she left. She took the money, she took everything else and all of that, and she left. And the daughter was like, ha, that's what he gets. I knew this was going to happen. The daughter didn't care because she already knew that Andy was going to be made a fool of. And instead of him realizing that before this even happened, he went forward with it and he was made a fool of. Britney, you're trash. Britney, you are trash. If you ever see my video, you are trash. And I'm going to tell you why. You sit up here, you act like that Andy is the horrible person because of the past that he has with his children and not being a good parent. But neither are you. You sat up there and you got yourself in trouble over and over and over again because you already said that the police in your town know the back of your head. So that means that you have been in trouble so much they know you, okay? Your tail has sat up here and left your children for years and years, pull all type of trauma and drama and PTSD and everything to these kids, and you are trash. Now you sit up here and you use this man. You put all that trauma and stuff onto your children. Now you're using Andy. And again, I ain't no Andy fan. I do not even like Andy. But on this particular episode, I felt bad for him because of the simple fact that this woman rolled over and used him, and he's a dummy for allowing her to. You use this man, Britney. You knew you ain't want to be with that man. Why you just ain't be honest with him? Why you ain't get out, have your daughter come pick you up, and y'all figure out y'all lives together as a family and let Andy go? You could have told Andy, hey, nice meeting you. You helped me pass the time, whatever, whatever. Happy nice life, whatever. But no, you wanted to use this man, and that's messed up. You didn't give a crap about his son. His son made a cake and stuff for your son. You ain't even bring him a piece. You ain't even invite even the son into the birthday party. Even if you didn't want Andy to be in there, you ain't even invite the son into the birthday party. You ain't do nothing. All you care about was Britney. That's it. You ain't even really care about your children, because if Andy was attractive, I believe Britney would have freaking went to Rome, and screw how Gracie felt and the rest of her kids, she would have been going on the road. But she not attracted to him, and so that's why she did not go on with him, and that's why she did not sleep with him. You can't make me feel no way no different. When a woman first meet a man, she knows if she's going to sleep with him. She knows if she's attracted to him. She knows everything that she needs to know when she first meet that man. It don't take us long. We ain't got to get to know you. We may not be, and sometimes we may not be initially attracted to you, but it has to be something about you that keep us engaged. And as time go on, we know when we first meet you if we want to sleep with you. I don't care what nobody say. We know that. Yeah, you trash. You were so trash, Britney. And Andy, you're trash, because I've heard on the YouTube streets that while this show was going on, that you was actually married. So how you gonna sit up here and be married and then get mad at this woman for not wanting to go to Rome with you in the hole? Now, what kind of game y'all playing up in our face? I don't understand it. That's what I heard, that you were married. Then on top of that, you drag your son around for days after this daggone woman who you should have picked up and known that don't want nothing to do with you. Okay? Why would you want to deal with somebody if you claim that you're an ex-police officer, deal with the daggone inmate? I don't think you was no ex-police officer, Andy. You don't move like an ex-police officer. I believe you was a mall cop. That's what I believe. I don't believe you had nothing going on. And Britney thought she hit the jackpot. She thought you had some money and some funds, and you don't have freaking nothing. I think that's what turned her off from you too. But we already talked about how trash she was, but you trash because you had treated your children like trash. And this is your karma coming back to you. And Britney, you won't have it coming back to you too for using that man, because you know good and as well that wasn't right. But Andy, you need to take your tail back to Rome. You need to take your son and go on back to Rome, and you need to sit up here and forget about this woman. How many different clues does she have to give you that she's just not that into you? She's just not that into you. But you sitting up here making it seem like that, oh, something's wrong with her. No, something's wrong with you. What is wrong with you that you are still pursuing this particular woman and want to continue to pursue her? I just don't understand. I don't get it, Andy. I don't want to see them anymore. I know this season ain't over, but I don't want to see them anymore. Gracie has a lot of trauma and PTSD, and rightfully so. She has been dealing with her mom drama for years. She has had to step in and be a mom to her siblings. She has had a lot of weight on her back for her to only be 18 years old. And you've done it, Britney. You're a horrible mother. Okay? You've done it to her. Okay? And now you want to sit up here and try to make peace with her, and you should have did that from the beginning. I don't want to see them no more. I want Annie to go back home. I want Britney to go on about her business, and we'll just hear through Starcasm or any of these other blogs that follow these people about what happens with them. But I don't want to see them no more. This whole show, in my opinion, is full of horrible mothers that put the needs of their children on the back burner. Renika's another one. We didn't get her this episode. We ain't seen her kids at all since the first time she moved to Georgia. We ain't seen them. We don't know what the heck's going on with them. Joynomi is the worst. She got a 3-year-old son, and she up here putting red, some dude she don't even know, before her son, because she is considering letting this man come into her son's life that can't even stay out of trouble in jail and want him to adopt her. That's crazy. Britney don't give a crap about the kids. If Andy was hitting on a lot of money and was attractive, Britney would have been in Rome right now and screw whatever the kids felt and whatever PTSD and trauma that they had. Who else? Because it's a lot of every woman to get on here. Freaking Sheree. Sheree daggone trash. She got a 10-year-old son now. She up here about to bring this dude that's ungrateful that got a bad attitude in her son's life. And then she want to show him off to her family and have the baby dad and him go head to head and have a whole argument and fight and bring all this drama in front of her son. She trash. Who else? Every time this show comes on, we get a bunch of mothers that are trash, that do all this real trashy stuff in front of their children. And then when you drag them as content creators or YouTubers or whoever speaks on them, then they want to get an attitude and say, y'all don't know what y'all think y'all know, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we may not know everything, and we know that some of this stuff is staged and some of it's fake or what have you. But what is not fake is the way that you're acting. What is not fake is the fact that you're on this show because you have reached out to an inmate. What is not fake is the way that you are behaving in front of your children. Those three things are not fake, okay? So I don't get it. I don't get it. As a mother myself, it makes me so mad when I see some of these women come on here and act a fool in front of their children. With Chelsea, you're not exempt. You want freaking Mikey to be a father figure to your son, Trevor. You don't know him like that. He seemed cool, but again, you don't know him like that, okay? Not as well as you think you do. At the end of the day, he was in jail, okay? He needs to prove himself before he is a father figure to your son. He's another one. And shall we go on? Shoot, Letitia from Love During Lockup. She's another one that was trash, trying to force her older daughter to have a relationship with this dude, Keith. You don't even know him like that. Just because y'all married don't mean nothing. You don't know how he is going to be on the free world. You know, just it goes on and on and on. Season after season, we always meet women that have children that end up saying, oh, I met this guy, I love him, and I'm going to bring him around my children and move him into my house and parole him to my house with your daggone children, and especially when you got teenage girls. And I ain't saying they gonna do nothing to them, but then again, you don't know. You just don't know. The best interest of your children is your first priority as a mother. Hands down, point blank, period. But again, they don't care. They want to be on this show to get this little $1,000, $2,000, whatever they pay them to be on this show per episode. That's what they want to do, and they'll do it at the expense of making themselves look foolish and damaging their children. And it's just sad. But anyway, y'all, that's my review. That is my review on Love After Lockup, Dark Side of the Spoon, Season 5, Episode 4. I will see y'all again on next week as we review. This show comes on Friday at 9 p.m. on WeTV. I normally drop my reviews on Sunday, and they're normally recorded reviews unless it would not upload for some reason. Then I will go ahead and go live so I can get the review out. But thank y'all for watching me. Go ahead and subscribe. I do other content on this channel as well outside of reviews. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and click the like button, and go ahead and get the comments popping in the chat. Let me know which couple that you think is getting on your nerves, or which mother that you think is the worst mother on this season. Let me know all of those in the chat. And until we meet again, y'all have a blessed, awesome, beautiful day now. Bye, y'all.